What's up? Pope's dead, but we're alive. Pick Central, April 21st. Jesus. What do you want to say? Pope's Day, lead story. Brought to you by DraftKings, the NBA.
So 82. The religious one.
The NBA 82.
Oh, he's got the chain, though.
Yeah.
I got the chain, too, but I'm not really religious.
Dad, look at you boys, huh?
The NBA 82-game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and it's time for all the high-stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw-dropping plays. I can't wait. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA. From the play-in games all the way through to the finals, now it's time to back your favorite players and teams as they chase glory. All season long, DraftKings has been the go-to spot for NBA player props, and that doesn't stop now. Want to make your playoff experience even more intense? Try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30 points, 40, or more? It's your call. Ready to place your first bet? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Lock in your bets, and let's make this playoff run unforgettable. Here's something special for first-time customers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. I also feels like in the playoffs, that's when a guy goes berserk. You have the random, take this guy hit 5 threes with a crazy plus sign. This guy's 40 points, whatever. You know what I mean? It does feel like the playoffs is more likely than to have those crazy ones. I guess in season you could have it, but playoffs, it feels like it stands out more, if that makes sense.
I mean, everyone's on their last stand, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
everybody's watching every game, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rico's back. We got Bosco back.
He's back.
Let's go back.
Go.
He came in today with, he was so happy, jolly.
Always happy.
Yeah.
After Easter.
Actually, today we had a conversation where he was like, when's the last time I was miserable? And we're like, oh, what? We go, what do you mean? The last time we saw you?
Crazy take.
Not that long ago.
It's a crazy take. I'm always ready to mix it up. All right, a few different ways you can obviously go. Knicks, game 1 win, got the big one tonight. There's a New Amsterdam watch party at Mustang Harry's, which is a great spot, right by the Garden. Myself, Ev, and Jack Mac will be there.
And?
Meek Phil.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
A Meek man.
Meek out in the
wild.
wild.
I will be there.
Put Meek out in the wild. So game 2 tonight, we go that direction. You can
I don't
open
have any New Amsterdam drinks. Watch Phil is on tonight.
Like, you think he's like a limit?
No, I want to know how many.
Oh, you want people to report back?
Yes.
Okay. Is that Rico's job?
No, Rico, he can't focus on that.
Focus on it.
Ev would have more of an eye on it.
Yeah,
all right.
I'll be doing a few myself for sure.
I'm not focused on Phil.
Oh, no.
Warriors blowout last night, but I think the best game.
Slow down. Let's talk about the Knicks.
All right, we'll talk about the Knicks.
There's enough.
Open with the Knicks.
Game
Enough,
by
you can go game by game. A lot of them are
Knicks?
quick. A
Yeah.
lot of them are who gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I do think that's
Quite a few blowouts.
And it's so funny to watch the East and the West right now. The Knicks are good, but do I think I actually think they could beat the Cavs. I don't know. I just don't think they could beat the Celtics. But watching the Pistons, the fact that they were down was I was like, I never thought they were going to lose that game. I truly didn't. Even though they were down by a lot in the fourth, I understand that. They went on a 21-0 run.
It's crazy.
I was really nervous.
The
I was
Pistons,
I was very nervous.
Pistons have Dennis Schroeder. When I watch the playoffs, sometimes I'm like, oh, he's there now.
Yeah.
When is he Dennis Schroeder on the fucking Pistons?
Pistons got a lot of guys like that, kind of.
There's a ton of
Like
them.
if you're not tapped in with the NBA, they got a couple guys.
There's a ton of them. It's just like the Knicks are so much better than them, and like the Pistons, it's a good season for them. They're on the right track of getting better. Then they have no chance.
Are they?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Clemmer, they were like one of the worst teams in the league last year.
And they're
No, I'm sorry.
Pistons are
I'm sorry. I thought
terrible,
you meant
yeah.
the Knicks are on the right track.
No, the Pistons-
the Pistons are on the
Pistons,
right track.
yes.
Oh, absolutely. No, the Pistons
the
have
Knicks
a
are
bright
on
future.
the Knicks are
Pistons are
on
doing all the right things.
the Knicks are on the same track.
I mean, yeah, the Knicks are like
For
neutral.
a few years before that, but yeah.
No, I'm saying from last year.
No, like from last year.
Yeah,
I feel like the
same
Knicks are on a
exact
track right now of just being like good, not great. I'm sorry. Pistons are absolutely
gonna be on a better track.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's very weird because the Knicks are in a great spot in what they've done and built a very competent roster.
Absolutely. Competitive.
Yeah, they have
Cat played great.
They have stars. Cat's unbelievable. The Garden's back. It's good to be back in the playoffs for the first consecutive years.
Yeah,
of
shout
first.
out to the Johnnies for that. I feel like they really carried that momentum
is
this
true.
year. Yeah, they carried the torch for the Knicks fans.
The Garden's been hot.
They warmed
Yeah,
up
it's
the
been hot
Garden.
this year.
They warmed up the Garden.
I feel like if we're going to talk about the Garden just being back, I mean, St. John's was really the last piece.
The Garden's been back. I mean, the Knicks have
Sure.
been good.
Well,
the
the
last,
Garden
like, 4
has
years.
always.
Yeah,
the Knicks
yeah.
have always sold out.
But I'm
no
saying the
matter
Knicks
what.
have like
Even when they were
they've
horrible.
been. The
Yes.
Knicks have been good.
Going to a
like
Knicks
what
game is an event, no matter what. Like, that's the way it goes. But yeah, the Knicks are in a very weird spot. That again, I like the foundation. I like what they're doing. Fans are back. It's good to be back in. Well, not the fans are back, but the fans are extremely dialed in. Playoff type games, back-to-back years, which is a rarity. But they're in that spot again where it's like they're a step below. Obviously, a step below. I think it's good potentially if they get a shot at the Celtics. It'll at least be nice to see where you measure up.
But I actually think it
truthfully,
has
like how
nothing to do
far
with
you are away. But I don't think the Knicks can win it.
I'd prefer playing the Magic and they somehow beat the Celtics somehow.
think
Me
it-
personally.
I think it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the Knicks. Truly, I think it just has to do everything with the Celtics. I think the Celtics are just such a you get two superstars in a draft like that. It's not, and then you add a Porzingis and you have a Derek. They have two guys on their team that no one really like. Derek White and Drew Holiday, where it's like those guys are even doing. They all know their jobs so well. You guys have a very good team. It's just not. It doesn't compare.
That's how championship teams are built. Too, you go all the way back to the Bulls. Ron Harper, like Steve Kerr is a spot-up shooter. Like that's the Lakers. I'm sure had Derek Fisher, so to speak. I mean, he started, but like again, I'm just thinking of those guys.
Michael Cooper.
Yeah,
those
like
Laker team.
Yeah, like
whatever
even
he is.
Ron Artest was getting a ton of minutes, but he knew his role. Like you did have aside from just Kobe, Shaq, Michael Jordan, like the championship rosters are built around all those pieces.
so
And
mad
the
about
Celtics
the-
have those pieces.
The Rockets, like you look at the Celtics playing the fucking Magic, and then you got the Rockets as a two playing the Warriors. You're like, it's just a brutal first round matchup.
Yeah, the West is significantly harder.
It's actually insane how much better the West
It
is.
is.
It's not even like the East is so top heavy. It's insane.
I think somebody suggested a long time ago and they got laughed at it, or they were like, it was one of those, like a column of like, I got nothing to write about, so let me have a take and make it so people scratch their head. It would be like, oh, okay, whatever. Completely reseed the NBA playoffs, I think was this guy's take.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he wanted to do 1 to 16.
1 to
Oh,
16 in the league.
I don't like it.
No, I
because
don't like that.
I agree, but I do see, like you're saying, what
but
would the
it's-
West be? You know what I mean? Like,
Temporary thing, though. Like
Yeah,
things
it's-
ebb and flow.
yeah, they do ebb and flow for sure. I see both sides. All I'm saying is, I did.
Temporary. It's gonna be for
Yeah.
a little bit.
No, but then it will shift over. Like,
Honestly,
like
all
when
it
I was a
takes
kid,
is,
the
like,
AFC was the best division, and then it was the NFC. I'm sorry, the NFC was the best division when I was a kid. Now the AFC is probably the best. Like things.
Oh, I know, but that's what
AFC's
I'm saying though. The AFC is gonna be the best for the next 10 years. Like it's gonna be a while, and I think the West is also gonna be the best for the next.
But it's
West,
but it's
basketball could change.
Yeah, but I think
I would say the
football.
West that could
more.
easily
Couple free agents go.
Football-
I would say, like,
football's
Pistons,
different. Football's
Pistons
different.
get a little better. Like all like Heat add a guy, and then all of a sudden they're
I
deep.
don't think the Pistons would make the playoffs in the West.
No, they wouldn't.
Probably not. But I'm saying all it takes is like
Are they better than the Grizzlies?
not right now.
Probably
but
not, right?
But I just think like I don't you can't reseed it like that because I mean a couple pieces move here and there and all of a sudden it's like it shifts.
It's also that would create so much more travel for the teams too. I think about the logistics
I
of
mean-
that. Like it's kind of like
If I'm a coach though, I'm gonna coach in the East because like look how like the Pistons are the 6th seed.
so like his guys should go to an East team.
Yeah,
Nate Oates.
1000%.
Nate Oates goes to the East, right, Rico? Get Nate Oates there.
Hornets.
That's good. We like that.
They keep
I've been
floating
hearing-
those
I've been
fucking
hearing real
names.
smoke
floated.
about Oates to Denver.
That's the West.
I've been really hearing this.
It's a good team though.
Yeah. Have you?
That'd be
Imagine
wild.
though,
You're
like
expert.
imagine Bosco like actually like was just like at practice with Jokic. Like Jokic is just like
Bosco just lit up when you said
I know.
that. His
I know.
eyes-
I think Jokic. I don't think Jokic is that.
I see him going to Charlotte.
Wait, you don't
with
think Jokic-
flag.
I don't think Jokic is that person. Like he wouldn't be.
Hey,
I mean, you see him. He's
I think it's like his own way. Like
he's reserved. Yeah, he's a funny guy. But yeah.
Would
Imagine
Nate
Bosco
Oates be
becomes like
Bosco
Cooper
anymore?
Flag's guy.
Would Oates ditch you?
I would hope not.
that would be funny.
I mean, like,
That would be. Imagine he was like. Imagine he went to the Nuggets and he was like, "Yeah, Bosco, we can't have
Why would
you
he do that?
anywhere because college is,
I think you need Bosco more than
college you
ever.
can do whatever.
No, you
82
bring
texts.
Bosco in more.
82 texts.
You are dealing with when you're the coach in college, you're the guy. When you're the coach in the NBA, no one gives a fuck about you.
It's true. I mean, think on
And that's a fact.
the roster construction. He's the most important guy on the NBA with their current roster. He's probably at least the fourth most important guy.
Maybe fifth.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Jokic is above him. Murray's above
The
him.
GM?
I think Aaron
Gordon's above
Aaron
him.
Gordon's above him.
The GM.
GM.
They all make more money than him. Like they all make significantly more money than him.
That's why it is so different going from college. Because college, like you're everything to those kids.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll like Patino was the king when he was with Celtics. Maybe Oates can sign a similar kind of deal where he's in charge of everything.
They did fire GM too.
And then and then
Oh, the
Bosco is the second guy in command. Bosco's running the roster.
Yeah,
Bosco.
I'll be the second guy in command.
Talking about you.
I know. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's all.
Bosco, I was trying to find something like Nate Oates to Denver to pull up just to like fuck with you a little bit, and something I found was in the Trilly Donovan Discord. It goes, "Hey Trilly, could you actually see Nate Oates taking over for Rick Pitino?" Somebody legitimately asked him that. That is the funniest scenario of all time.
If he just coached Rick Jones.
That would be great for Bosco.
If the successor the entire
Be awful
time
for him.
was the guy he was in bed with.
It's a long way from
perfect.
Chicago.
Right,
You
he's
keep
right
talking
here.
about Funniest,
Oh, yeah.
funniest case scenario.
Long
That's
drive.
That's a good point.
Their fans would.
Bad timing.
They're
They would not embrace
No,
it.
they
But
like
I come with the package, so that's how it works. When he cleans out his office, there's a little picture. Like
How
I
perfect
go
would that
with
be
it.
too? Bosco's in the portal. He goes to Chicago, and then
Do you
all
have
of
a
a sudden,
framed picture of
Oates is
him?
in the backyard.
No.
No, not yet. The basement's still barren.
What if he had you be Cooper Flag's like personal assistant? Like what? Like you kind of are the guy.
What would he have to do with Cooper Flag?
Well, he goes to Charlotte. You guys draft Charlotte you get Cooper Flag. Now like a Flag and Oates, and you're the guy behind Cooper Flag. You're the guy behind the guy. I could see that. You're an experienced adult. He's a young kid.
Yeah.
You help him out.
With
Pass on that
what?
Bosco wisdom.
To freak out at the
Exactly.
gas station attendant.
Oh yeah, a couple of blow-ups this weekend.
You did.
Citibank.
couple?
Does Citibank advertise with us?
Oh, we actually have breaking NBA news. The Atlanta Hawks have fired general manager Landry Fields.
Crazy that he was the
Landry
GM.
That is
Fields was
crazy.
the GM.
He's the GM.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I had no
I knew he was.
idea.
I knew he was in the front office. I forgot
Yeah.
that. That's
No.
Well, that's their own fault for ever hiring him as the
For the
GM.
Hawks.
Nah, Landry Field's a good guy.
He's a Stanford guy. He's smart.
Yeah, Landry Field's a smart guy. Listen, it didn't work out.
Remember when
at
remember
all.
when how he lit up for the Knicks that time frame?
Yeah, it was good.
We were like, this guy's the.
There's no one that I the Hawks are just so like you just know they're not good.
If they made it past that playing round, does he keep his job?
No.
I got missing that. Pins
For
and
what,
needles.
another week?
Yeah, probably not, because then they go get swept by Boston. Or
Saying, but is that enough to keep your job? I don't know. What happened? What happened to the bank? What happened? Tell us what happened. You said something happened to the bank.
I don't know if Citibank. I don't want to step.
I don't think Citibank is a sponsor of ours.
This could happen in any
You
bank.
sure?
This probably could happen in any bank, though.
Any bank, yeah. They kept doing the thing where if you go out of town, they were like, I get the fraud alert, so it would work at one spot, and I would call, be on the phone for 40 minutes. They'd be like, all right,
Still have your college account?
what are you talking about?
That's to go to a different state in America. You're getting this?
Yeah, they would.
That's insane.
They would hit it at like the fraud alert. But then they wouldn't send me like, hey, can you verify it? Can they send an email? Nothing. They wouldn't send anything. They just would shut it off. You call for 45 minutes, be like, hey, you guys good? They'd be like, yeah, we're good. Like, you could use it. You use it at one place, use it at the next, they shut it back off. 45 minutes on the
I
phone.
actually was a college because
Nightmare.
when I still was on when I opened a bank account, my college account, that would happen.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I guess they're good with fraud, but it was a nightmare. And then, yeah, I got lost in the parking garage. That was brutal.
What happened there?
A Seinfeld episode?
It was tough. Yeah, it was like, I don't know. It was fucking nuts. But I was on, it was in it looked like Gotham, like they were filming Batman in these back streets. And I get to a corner, and it's just more like dead, and I just scream "fuck" as loud as I can on the corner.
What is like?
You upset the Riddler?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Does your wife get angry?
At me.
Yeah, obvious. Well, that's an obvious statement. But like, does she get angry in that way? Like, when
not
you're
like
going
that.
ballistic in the.
It was by myself. I do it more by myself. Do it more by myself. We'll see.
In breaking news, it's official. 5-star Ian Jackson is going to St. John's. Official.
All right, yeah. Listen,
There you go.
they couldn't get him out of high school. They throw a bag at him. They're going to get him out of somewhere else.
He
All right.
sang a sea shanty? Jimmy Fallon?
So we got the gardens back, facilities improving, keeping hometown talent in the city.
Now you just got to win.
Yeah.
yet to win.
It depends what you do. I would say
Well, they won
Big
the
East
Big East.
championship, Big
They won
East
the
regular
Big
They
East.
won the Big
championship.
East.
Yeah.
Regular season and
That's great. Yeah, that and 275 gets you on the one train.
Bosco, sorry to hear about Bosco, sorry to hear about your Citibank issues. Can I
Yeah.
tell you about my weekend at Citi Field?
Yes, Phil.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a
I'd
good,
like
this is a
to
good
hear
week. Phil had a great
This has
week.
nothing to do with you, Bosco.
Nothing to
Don't
do
worry. It's not setting you up.
So
Thought he was.
the guys in the chat know who the alumni was that me and my mom had dinner with for her birthday Friday. Todd Zeal.
Yes.
Phenomenal dinner at the Chop House at Citi Field. That's my mom kept saying this is how rich people eat.
Wrong camera, Phil.
Dude, you want to pull up the food I sent?
This is how rich people eat.
I gotta say, Todd Zeal, a perfect guy.
Yes.
He had a long career, played a bunch of teams. The stories he must have are awesome. Tons of cool teammates.
We talked about how my mom won the contest, his playing days. I mentioned that the week before I had dinner with a different major leaguer, Justin Steele.
You didn't.
Did you?
You didn't even.
What?
You didn't mention me.
I did.
You mentioned.
I
me.
mentioned Marty
No, you
Mush.
did not.
I said it was me and my coworker. He didn't know too much about Barstool. I knew who Frank was.
Oh, that's nice of you. I thought there was no chance. Very nice of you.
no,
Phil.
of
Did
course.
you
not.
ask him about the Marlins dates like I asked you to ask
I
about?
didn't come up. We only had like an hour or so. That's
Hour
the
conversation.
What would you do with an hour with Todd Zeal?
Oh, I asked him all the stories about the 90s baseball.
So, Phil, were you cracking that in front of Todd Zeal's face?
I did not eat. I only ate the tail. I took because I was so full from the calamari, which Dukes can show.
Bro, that's a crazy.
We took it all home.
I'm getting bitched at my last week here. Phil's working
You
like-
took it. You took it all home.
At home?
You stayed with it at the game.
Bro, you realize how much food that is?
This is.
I got full like so
I mean,
fast.
this is not a lot at all.
no. You had calamari.
Or maybe I'm a fucking pussy, Marty. What do you want me to say?
Marty, that was
Oh,
Dukes.
You're right about
That
this.
wasn't me. But so you had calamari and then you had steak and lobster.
Yeah.
The seasoning.
That's
on
a lot. That's
And
a
then
lot.
we took-
Steak and lobster.
And
that's a
then we
lot of
took the
food.
dessert home. It was like a peanut butter like cookie like.
How
in
many?
a glass.
How many cocktails?
I only had one.
What cocktail?
Classy.
It was a big league lemonade. It was like vodka lemonade.
How many did Todd have?
Todd had like a martini, like a lemon drop.
Just one?
Yeah.
We should
Class.
have matched him.
I wish.
same
I
thing,
wish.
but double.
I would love to be at that
But
dinner.
Todd was really cool. Really cool experience.
Nice guy. Tell cool stories.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell one?
No.
Just
Had to be there.
My mom
So
was doing a lot.
basically,
My mom was also doing a lot of talking. It was her
Phil
birthday.
just told us nothing about the dinner.
That was a
Well,
lot.
I
Everything
can't-
that we've
he
known,
said he
We know
everything that we
everything,
knew,
yes.
he just told us.
I told you in the
He
chat.
said he ate.
He said he had dinner and he had good stories.
And he
I
had,
didn't- I never
he
said
had
that.
leftovers.
I never said I had good
Did you
stories.
meet any current players?
Brandon Nemo. I want to show a picture of my mom, but like we saw Brandon Nemo at the gate. He's an angel.
When you walked in, you said he wished your mom happy birthday, which
Yeah.
is very nice.
Phil's a wild card.
I can't celebrate my mom's birthday, Rico.
What contest did it? Was it that you won?
It was a Twitter contest my mom won. She retweeted
Really?
a Mets tweet and she won the contest.
I
Yeah.
thought that shit was just a
That's
Ponzi
crazy.
scheme.
You got a free dinner with Todd Zeal. It's nice. That's a great time.
crazy. My brother had a friend.
Was
that-
there any other alumni there, Phil? That
We
was
saw
like
Mookie Wilson the next day.
What?
the
Really?
next day?
What a weekend.
No, I'm saying, was there any other alumni at the dinner? Was
No.
it just so it was only one winner?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's great. So what happened with Mookie?
The next day, you know how Mookie has like legacy catering? My mom spotted him at the block party on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
So we took a picture with him too.
Clubber, I have a question for you.
Yeah, of course.
If you saw this contest scroll up and it was like, retweet this for a chance to win dinner with Todd Zeal, would you retweet it?
Probably not, but I would love to have dinner with Todd Zeal because like Todd. The thing about Todd Zeal is I'd rather have dinner with Todd Zeal than say like
Justin Steele or Todd Zeal?
Todd Zeal. He had a longer career. Nothing against Justin Steele.
You hate Justin Steele.
What the fuck?
This guy hates
What the
Justin
fuck,
Steele.
Locke?
Why would you? Todd Zeal or Justin Steele? Justin
would-
Steele's just like, all
I would
right.
rather have dinner with Todd Zeal than David Wright.
That's
What?
Todd Zeile and Ken
You
Griffey
honestly
Jr.
are so
Only because
you're sick.
Todd Zeile had all these different teammates. Todd Zeile has, I bet, cooler stories.
So you don't want to ask anything about Todd Zeile. You want to ask about his friends.
I wanna
That's
ask-
the worst dinner guest.
No, I want to. It's not.
So-
I know I'm right.
I don't know. If
It's like experiences he had. Like, I bet he has just interesting
We
stories.
talked about like
Imagine you
April
sit
baseball
down-
playing in the cold.
Imagine you're Todd Zeile and you sit down for dinner with Clemmer.
Oh my God, he'd
Before he
actually.
even asks, like,
He's
No,
just
he'd want to kill
How
himself.
are you doing? Let me tell you
No,
about
he
your
would.
stories. Clemmer's like, what was it like bad and like just like
He
an
wouldn't
ask
even
anyone
care
else.
about the stories that you're asking. Like he would be like, I don't give a
Of
fuck.
course I care.
He's
So-
drunk
you
by the
care.
appetizer.
How was dinner? I had an interview with a guy and he didn't ask me one thing about myself.
Oh no! I had a Phil. I said, what were your experiences like being on the Marlins? That team was,
We talked about
You come over with Mike Piazza. That's interesting. But Piazza's gone 5 days later. You're stuck on this Marlins team. What was that like?
we talked about April baseball, like playing in the cold. I asked him where he was, like when he found out Juan Soto signed, because it was a big moment.
This is not about him at all.
You asked him where he was with
Why'd you ask about Todd Zeile?
I can tell you, Todd Zeile doesn't give a fuck about the Mets.
I don't know if I'd have lunch with Todd Zeile if it was
worst
after the
wrestling
show across
lie.
the street.
What?
So I don't know if I'd have lunch with Todd Zeile if it was across Todd Zeile.
If Todd
Why?
Zeile was right there,
If he was in the
I
kitchen,
wouldn't. And he
If he was
said,
in-
"You want to have lunch?" I'm
kitchen
good.
right
Todd.
now, I walk by and say
I
thanks.
think this
I'm
is
just gonna-
terrible. Why?
I'm just gonna grab a bottle of water and head back to my
You
dad.
don't want to hear like stories about old players and stuff?
I mean,
Bro, sorry.
Todd Zeile.
What if it was a current player then? Then you'd want to hear
yeah,
stories.
yeah, probably.
But like, why not a guy that played when you were a kid? Like, what difference?
You wouldn't have dinner with Hideki Matsui?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like Hideki Matsui.
Yeah, I'd have.
I would
dinner.
get dinner.
Who
with
doesn't like
him.
Todd Zeile?
I love.
I don't care about Todd.
I played third base, played catcher. That's exciting.
What do you remember? Hideki Arabu.
Oh yeah, it's hard to have lunch with him now.
My dad's favorite nickname for him was Upper Decky Arabu. Just giving up bombs.
Yeah.
I was there for Hideki Matsui's Grand Slam opening day home run,
Oh my god.
and when he broke his wrist.
Godzilla.
Todd Zeile, we should get him, or you guys should get him on the show.
I agree.
I feel like it couldn't be that hard.
I feel like it'd be pretty easy to get Todd Zeile.
Get
on.
Todd
calm
Zeile,
down.
and then
Let's
I
calm
want to
down.
hear
That might be
his
very hard.
perspective on dinner with me.
Oh
Phil.
my God, I would love that.
Nobody's played more teams than Todd Zeile. Isn't that true?
I think Clemmer should reach out to Todd Zeile.
I don't want to bother. Well, Phil's his best friend.
Did you get his number?
Yeah. Did
No.
you?
Did he follow you on Instagram?
No, he doesn't. I think he said his kids run his social
Alright,
because
so
he doesn't do
oh my
it.
God! If you get in touch with his kids, I mean that's bingo.
I think we should have Todd Zeile. I'd love.
Or shoot him a
to do that.
DM.
Why Meek?
Someone
knows
do
him.
it on the show.
Meek.
I think Clemmer should
It
do
makes
it.
no sense if I DM.
I'll DM. But like, I
You're
think
a real
Meek,
Mets fan.
Meek
You're the one that's really excited about
Meek
it.
is like we just had dinner. Like that's the early. That's like the easy entry.
So
I can do it, but like he already has a relationship with Meek. He already loves Meek.
I think you should DM him.
All right. Well.
I think the great part about this is if he comes in here, I don't care about anything in his career. All I want to know about is the dinner.
Dinner, yeah. Nothing.
Ask him questions strictly about Meek Phil, nothing else.
No. I think we do like, oh, Todd, how's the Mets doing? And he starts answering. Actually, you know what? We
Bring
want to
up-
talk
be
about
like-
how's
be
the
like-
calamari.
You should say like, hey, like this, like we're on a show, like we just had.
I don't currently
We
follow
just had
Todd
Daryl
Zeile.
Strawberry on.
We
Couldn't
can't.
really hear him.
Strawberry stopped in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Came like on the show
Yeah.
for
What happened? He didn't.
He
do
asked
the
about
mic.
you.
What happened with the mic? He didn't.
No, he
No,
stood up right in
stood
front
up.
of
We
us.
just talking for like
Tilted the
like,
mic.
Oh,
He stood
asked
right.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
Fucking
he did.
No, he said, "Where's Bosco?"
Where's that guy?
The fact
with
that you
Chris
even
Mullins camp?
believed Clemmer for a second. Why would Daryl Strawberry ask
I had
about
to.
you?
I had to
Unbelievable.
double check. Yeah.
Why? In what world would he say
Exactly.
Bosco?
Exactly.
All right, I
Maybe he's a
cannot.
fan of the show.
I can't DM Todd Zeile, but I'll send a tweet.
What about
Like,
All right, yeah.
DM.
Say follow me.
Instagram.
Wait,
I already just followed him on Twitter. Now I got to unfollow him on Twitter.
No, leave. No. Why would you unfollow him?
He hates
I never
the guy.
followed him to
You
begin with.
love Todd Zeile.
No, I don't know if his kid's social is that exciting. I want to hear about Todd Zeile playing in the 1993 Cardinals. That's all I want to hear about.
Well, tell me maybe you can win a contest next time.
So let's talk about the NBA
There's
playoffs.
so much NBA playoff basketball. now.
We're talking about Todd Zeile.
Yeah, Phil
much
just
I'm talking about
hijacked the
Todd
show.
Phil did hijack
Marty
that.
wanted to talk about it.
No,
today.
you brought it up though, Phil.
All right.
Fair.
Game 2 tonight. I mean, like, whatever.
Well, that
No,
happened
it's
this
very.
weekend.
Not talk about game.
Oh no. All right.
Talk about the rest of the.
I was
games
wrapping
that
up the Knicks. Yeah. All right. Warriors in a blowout last night. Nuggets Clippers. I thought was an unbelievable game.
It like was a blowout, but it wasn't kinda. They gave it a run there for
happened. Yeah, it was though.
it like kinda was, but
I mean, the Warriors controlled that entire game.
no, they did. There was a moment.
And I'll tell you this: what I think about the Rockets, they just don't have that guy that you need a bucket. Go and get it. Van Vliet is he played horrible.
Horrible.
But he's fine. Like, Dylan Brooks is not going to be the guy to go get you a bucket. Jalen Green was horrible last night.
He was the big problem because Sanguin had a good game. He was really the
But
only
he
one
can't
I
play
put-
defense.
I know, it's a
So
problem.
that's the thing. That's where the Warriors can let Sanguin score as much as he wants.
You want to know what their problem is, I think? I think they actually have a better I think the best, like that, with the period I was talking about at the beginning of the fourth quarter when they made that little run, where I think they cut it to like 1, I think, was the closest. And they did it because they just put Steven Adams out there. They just went with a massive lineup.
And then
But then what I'm saying, they did well with it.
no, and then they took him out.
No, that's my point.
that's what you were getting
They
to.
need to like stay with the big lineup.
Why did they take him out at the end of the game?
I think it was almost like a mental thing where like Jalen Green's like your best offensive player. It's like put him back in the game, and he's like been your leading scorer all year. But I think I hope Ime like he comes to grips with like we might have to just roll with Adams might have to play a lot. Like we might have to play the big lineup a lot. Jalen Green play less. It's a weird thing because you're juggling like egos and all this at the same time. But I think for this matchup, like Jalen Green like can't play as much.
They need to
Round
give
one, though.
Jalen Green needs to get the Kuminga treatment. They need to just sit his ass on the bench, give him DNPs the whole series. He is an awful basketball player. There is zero positives that Jalen Green brings when he's on the basketball court.
That's mean.
No, he's not a good
Zero?
basketball player.
It's an exaggeration, but in this series, I genuinely think they're probably better with him playing less minutes.
I mean, they're going to end up trading him whatever draft picks for, say, like Devin Booker,
They
Kevin
should.
Durant,
That
or
they should do.
whoever
They
this
definitely
summer.
should do that.
His
No,
days
the
as a
Knicks.
Houston Rocket are only as long as
That's
this
what
playoff
Knicks
run
should do.
lasts.
For Jalen Green?
No,
No.
Kevin Durant. I'm not kidding.
I don't know.
No,
We'll see.
that's what they have the Knicks have a 2 or 3 year window.
I've said this, my dream, my like dream is Giannis. Because I think with Towns, they could do it.
Yeah, but
They could pull
he
it
just
off.
re-signed, right?
You know, I'm just things get correct. Like they lose.
Durant's like a real possibility.
Durant would be a real possibility. I don't know. I just
What do
don't
you think,
He's just so old.
He's a real possibility,
think
and
about
you
the
get him for
Knicks
2
getting-
years.
Kevin Durant? What's going on? You all right?
Yeah, I got an alert. Jack Mac replied to. I said all Airbnb should have cable, and he said, have you ever stayed in Airbnb?
You needed that to tweet that right now.
That's no, that's important.
Come on.
I think I'm gonna fight with Jack right now. Who knows?
Big deal.
No, I don't want to mortgage. I've said it all along. Do not mortgage the future.
Not
to
mortgaging
get
the
Durant.
future.
You think you get Durant on a discount?
No, I think that you can trade someone on your team now for him. That's like not the future. You also have a superstar that's 30. Like you have a 2-3 year window.
Depending on what you give.
If it doesn't work this year, where like say you play the Celtics, you lose in 5, and you know you don't have a chance.
Right.
Like I think that's a guy that I think you take a chance on.
Depending on what you would give up, Kevin Durant has always been one of my favorite players
Mikal
to watch.
Bridges.
Yeah, I might roll the dice there.
I'd do Cat and whatever. Like, Bridges, I don't care.
See,
You can't give up.
No, but but the thing,
Just give so many picks for Bridges though.
the problem with losing Bridges too, because I think me and Meek were talking about the chat. The problem is
He's not
they
fit.
they can't defend with Cat and Brunson together. Like it doesn't work. Like Cat just can't defend. Brunson, you live with it because he's so good offensively. He's the closer. You can, and there's so many good point guards. It's hard to defend him. Like you can live with that. You have OG. You can like OG. I mean, he put K in his back pocket.
He's the most indispensable player in the rotation.
They need OG. Like OG's like a non-starter. But I just think with Durant, like at his age, like a lineup with Towns, Durant, and Brunson, they're not going to be able to play any defense.
What does getting Durant do? Like, what does that change?
That's
You're
that's
still
kind
getting-
of
we're still losing to the Celtics.
It does
that's how
change.
I see it. Kind
It
of. I don't
definitely
think it. I don't
changes.
think
You guys
they
are
get
crazy.
I don't
What does
think
that
they
change, Marty?
Definitely changed. Their third
don't-
option
they
is
don't get
Kevin
better.
Yeah,
Durant.
but they're not going to beat the Celtics though.
But they'd get Mikal Bridges or Kevin Durant. I'm taking Kevin Durant on my team.
Yes, but
And
now
on
you're
this
like,
team,
but you're
Mikal Bridges
nominally
is a-
better.
Mikal
Like,
Bridges what did Mikal Bridges do for the Knicks this year?
solid.
Not really.
He's not worth the 8 picks.
No, he's
He's not
whatever
been
he gave
worth
up.
like he has not been that good. Like I thought it was going to bring him to it. Like I'd rather fucking DiVincenzo on that team than
Marty,
Yes, but
I
you're
agree.
thinking the wrong way. You need to think like, what does this move do for me in the future? It's only about the past.
No, but that's what I just said. That the future's gone. They have 2 or 3 years window. Their window is.
I don't think they have a
I don't think
window at
that's
all.
true.
What are you talking about?
Like
Their superstars 30.
They're all young. The team's young.
I know, but like,
Yeah, but
the Celtics
you're-
are always going to be better than them.
Stop.
See, this is why we
You
can, like,
can't
no,
say.
they're
You
not
can't have a
always- they're
conversation
not always
without
gonna
what
be
you're
better.
saying.
You can't
like
say
that.
always.
You
Connor.
can't. Yeah, you can't always say it. Always.
Lock and
Yeah,
chain.
right now.
You can't say always. Scumbag.
Also,
I'm sorry, always in that window. Excuse me.
No,
In
but
that
window- there is
in that
a window,
No, I
though.
don't mean like always forever. I meant in that window.
Yeah, but I'm saying there is a window for the Knicks. Like they're young, but they're not. Where
guess you can hope for, like, injury.
Brunson's 30. What's Cat?
He's not even
Brunson's
30.
28.
No, he's 28.
Cat's turning
They're
30,
all
I
under
think.
30. I think Hart might have just turned 30.
I don't. But Durant's window is so small. Like I don't really see I don't see how Durant makes you any better to be
The window.
I don't-
He's the last piece. Yeah.
I don't think he.
So
I,
who's the piece then? If you guys don't think Kevin
I think they're
Durant's
in trouble.
I just said I think if there's a way you can trade a package of if
That's the thing, though. But you're not going to get Giannis. Like that's
But-
you
but
can't.
then- but
He would be a
Durant-
difference maker.
No, but you can't get Giannis without giving up a lot. Like
No,
you're
but
gonna
having Towns, it's like I think having Towns with like 3-4 years of control on
You
his
are
contract,
giving another star.
It's doable. Like Towns
and somebody else.
but Towns and something else is doable where you're not
Problem is
like
they don't have any picks.
you're not like
I'm
emptying like
saying
the
where
entire team.
Durant is something I'm saying that's like actual obtainable.
From the Bucks. I don't want Towns back. I want picks.
you want it's also
Like what the fuck
isn't
is
Towns'
different?
contract
No, but
ass?
you have a star to build around.
What's
Oh,
Cat's
really?
Cat's signed for like 3 more
You're
years.
not gonna win. You're not gonna win a title with Towns being your best player.
But it's just like, what do you?
Am I wrong?
I don't think he's
No, but
wrong.
like no shit. But I mean, like,
Then
that's
why do
why
I want him? If I'm Milwaukee, why do I want to do that deal? I don't want to do that.
Plummer, you're
you
not
want something, a
wrong.
young star player that you can have that you don't just go into like nothingness that you can start building around.
Yeah, but what's Giannis?
You already don't want him. Like, why do I want him?
Have you
but
considered
it's more
NBA
for
front
where we're
offices are
at.
dumb?
Yeah, that too.
Like
That's
NBA
true.
front offices could be like, oh, we don't want the picks,
Yeah,
we want
but
the star. Like
want
what
the
the
star.
what
That's
the
why I
Mavs
brought
just
it up.
did.
28
This is
year-old
why I
star,
brought
like-
it up because Giannis is not going to happen because he just re-signed. Like he will take more. Like Kevin Durant is something that is actually like being talked about. It's some people have talked about because like about Bridges and like other people that because the Knicks do have expendable guys on the roster that they can give up for him. I don't know who else in this NBA that's obtainable to them right now that could put them higher than Kevin Durant.
Durant, I just don't think Durant makes them. They're in the same place they are.
I don't think you're wrong, Marty, because they don't
I'm
have
just-
enough- they don't have- they don't have
I'm
enough
just
assets.
asking. That's
But,
what
like,
I'm
I don't
saying.
think Durant makes them any better.
I don't either. That's
I think
I think it makes them
Knicks
better,
are kind of
but
like in a
that's-
horrible situation where they are a very good team, but I don't think there's any pathway to greatness.
Clemmer, we also have talked about it. Like the Celtics' new ownership of CBA, like their window may not be
True.
as long as you do think it
You're
is.
right about that.
But they may not want to pay $1 billion for the team.
Phil, you're absolutely right. That is a real concern. And if that's the case, or maybe you never know, someone gets hurt, or you know, like a catastrophic injury or something. Then the Knicks can swoop in. You're not wrong.
And also, I think Dukes mentioned the other day was a fair point where, like, it's not even just about the core players, too. When you win championships, all your role players start getting massive contracts that you can't afford. Like, I got, like, Peyton Pritchard. I think he just re-signed, like, a year or two ago, but he might have a year or two left.
Bro, the problem is
Like, Pritchard's going to get
You're gonna see that with
disgusting amount of money.
OKC.
He even got, like, a
soon.
Derek White already gets that.
Fournette,
Like,
a
White
ton of
already
money.
got
Like,
it. That's the thing. They already signed these guys.
No, but they
which is
have a bunch
crazy.
of them that they aren't like core players. They are, I guess, like just outside the
that-
core that you're like not going to be able to keep.
The Celtics are good for like 2 more years.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he's saying forever. Like they got another.
but-
no, I'm not saying forever at
This
all.
roster-
No, there's a
Yeah,
window.
but
There's a window. I
in the
meant
same
for like
sense-
2
in
to
the
3
same
years for
sense, like,
Durant's
then,
window.
Then your guys also are 2 years older.
Right.
Like they're
Sure,
and
I
your
guess.
your guys can also leave. Then it's like there's dysfunctionality because then it's like year 4 of the same core not winning and then turmoil.
I almost think like a team like the Pistons is probably the best shot, where like they're young enough where they could then come up when the Celtics are on the way down, or something. You know what I mean?
Pistons just
same
have.
I feel like you guys
Same with the Magic.
peak is the same as the Celtics, which is kind of just unlucky.
I mean, it depends. They're gonna have to like. I think the Knicks have to make a big move this year. They tried to last year. I actually respect them like taking the swing.
I just don't know what that big move is. That's the problem. Like if you could usually some teams you could pinpoint like, oh, this person could really make this team good.
I'm telling you, if the Bucks lose in the first round again, Giannis is not gonna be happy. Like I
mean,
just think
also
it's-
like if Dame Lillard doesn't play, it's like I think it's pretty obvious why.
But I think Giannis not being happy is a real thing.
Can you rely
That's what
on
I'm saying,
Damian
like,
Lillard?
He won't go to the Knicks though,
But he just
Why not?
re-signed.
because you don't have enough assets to get him. Other teams
Yes,
have
we
better
do.
assets. You don't.
we have Towns is a better asset than any team could give someone. Name a better true asset than Karl Anthony Towns. A
Player-wise,
28-year-old All-Star with like 3-4 years left in his contract.
player-wise,
Giannis.
Ev, you're correct. Player-wise, you
Trade
are
him for
correct.
himself. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
No, but I'm saying like, why am I going to give up a better player to get a worse one back?
If he demands a trade, you don't really have a choice.
Then I'll get assets then.
I don't think
I'll
you-
get picks.
He's gonna
I'll get
demand
picks.
a
Like,
trade.
There's definitely assets like, or you saying
Like I don't think there's a better true. Like I don't think unless.
Anthony Edwards.
But like
I'm being- but
he's not
yes,
getting
but it's
traded.
few and
But
far in
a-
between, yes.
Like
Yes.
edible player.
I totally get what you're
honestly,
saying.
though, Ev, like I
Very
never
few and far
thought
in
Luka
between.
was available, but yes, he was. Like so, like there are guys available.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just
What?
think,
But
I think
That's a
Giannis
1 in a
just
10-year
re-signed,
trade.
right?
who cares?
What do you mean? He just re-signed because he did all that, so he got his money. He got his money. He's not going to just re-sign. Giannis is not going to re-sign this year.
That
Literally
ha-
this year.
Marty,
I know
that
it's
It's
happened
even
happened.
better because he gets his
Fucking
own
Phil, I
money.
know.
He gets the team.
I know, but
gets
he's
more
not
money.
gonna. He's not gonna try and get it for like the Bucks don't want to trade him. That's
Obviously
just
they
what
don't
they.
wanna trade him.
So and he's not going to trade just this right this year.
He could.
Maybe next year. I know he could. Anything's possible. Like this is what I'm saying. Like he's not someone I think is going to be available to you this
He's
year.
going to be 30 next year. No one you can't do anything with that.
Why would you trade a 30-year-old for a 30-year-old that's a better 30-year-old?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's the only thing where I
Any
don't
sense.
Towns a little
understand.
younger, but I'm saying in this way he would.
Giannis is 30.
No,
You're
I'm saying,
relying on
I'm
the
saying
Bucks being
Towns is
dumb.
28. Yes, I'm relying on the Bucks
Towns
just
is-
getting smoked out of the series.
Towns is 29.
I'm saying
He'll be 30 next year.
he's a star player they can get back that's attainable. I'm saying that we'd have a better shot to make that trade than I think like most teams would.
I think we agree Cat's the best player you can give up in a trade, but let's say OKC's like Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and like 8 first-round picks.
I mean, sure, if they want to
Like-
if they give up that, then I mean, sure, like then they got us.
Yeah. And
But I
Rockets
don't think
could do the same too.
I don't think they're giving up like Jalen Williams, Holmgren, and a bunch of picks. If
It
they
depends
do,
where
God bless them.
OKC falls in the splits. If they go out second round, they could make that
They might do
nuclear
that.
move.
I mean, like I think other teams too have enough picks where I would much rather have picks than have a 30-year-old guy that you can't win a title with him being your best player. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't think it makes sense to just trade him for a bunch of shitty draft picks.
Like,
I don't think they're shitty draft picks.
Oh, the team that Giannis is going to, they're going to be shitty draft picks. If Giannis is on
Why?
the basketball-
Giannis isn't that. Giannis is.
But any team that's trading for him is a team that has something to build around.
But then you get picks for like 4 or 5 years down the road. That's how it works.
Clemmer, that is how you think. That is how a smart person thinks. You would be relying on the Bucks GM to say, I don't care about picks. I want to still be a winner. I still want playoff revenue. That's the other thing.
Which
You're
is
relying-
very possible.
Which
Like, I
is,
think
yeah,
that's
it's possible.
real.
Like I said, the Mavericks literally just traded Luka Doncic for 1 first-round pick and a star player. Like,
But like
You have to,
Rico
you
said,
have to
that
stop
was
saying the
that's
Luka
probably
stuff
aberration.
because it's like Luka's that's a once in a lifetime
Okay,
thing that's going to happen.
then-
It's never going to happen again. Like we have to stop saying
Jimmy Butler just
Luka
got traded for
traded.
1 first-round pick. Like,
But he's
Yeah.
35. And like if you're trading for Jimmy Butler to be your best player on your team, you're not going anywhere.
all right. Yeah,
Regardless, this first round
You're 1B.
has sucked so far. Besides the Clippers,
Well, it's been one game.
Oh,
I mean, how
that's not
no?
fair.
How is it not?
Knicks
But
were a
I
good
think.
game.
I mean, it's been each game.
Knicks was a very good game.
The Rockets game got closer.
Cavs Heat was solid. Like, for a 1-8, that was
on.
solid.
Do you think
I
that
mean, we've
I
had,
understand.
We've had one game from
I
the
understand.
series.
I'm talking
I'm not
about the
gonna shit on
games.
the playoffs yet.
you think
No,
the Rockets?
NBA playoffs are great. The second round is always the best. The first round it was pretty bad. I can't. So far, the first games that happened was pretty bad.
you think
Yeah, the 1-8s and 2-7s.
You
are
think the
like-
I'm
Rockets-
saying it's pretty bad. Well, this is not crazy take. I'm not saying it's an awful playoff.
The Celtics game was tied at the half.
It was a
on.
It was a big statement.
If you
for-
watch, you said you
I
didn't
was in the
watch
best
it.
game.
I watched
the
that game.
second half. I watched
It was-
actually fourth quarter.
If you watch that game, there was not a chance the Magic had at all.
That's what it says. I was in the
Even even when it was tied, I don't think the Celtics didn't even play the first half.
It was 49-48.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't even. It was bad. It was just like.
I don't like disagree with what Marty's saying. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a pretty obvious first
I just think
game
it
sucked.
was a big statement for just game one of every series. That's all it was.
Yeah, it sucked. There was the Clippers were a really good game, and then like the Knicks was like exciting.
Knicks
but, like,
was a good game.
Knicks was a
the
good
Knicks
game.
are so much better than them.
They ended up winning by 11 or 9 or whatever.
Right, but it was
a good game.
Yeah.
Can I also just say, like, watching a team win by 50 in the playoffs is kind of fun. Like, it's not a normal blowout; it's a historic blowout.
No, I hated it. The OKC game was like I turned it off so fast.
Betting
It was just
OKC,
like-
I was a
betting it's
jolly
great.
old time.
So,
I think it's great, but the OKC was like
That's gotta be
this
fucking
team is so much.
fun
I
fact.
still think everyone's sleeping in OKC.
Yeah.
Who's sleeping on them?
But I'm saying everyone is talking about. I mean, you're Lakers. They're gonna win. Like everyone's talking
Lakers
about
got
I
Lakers.
actually
blown
get
out.
I think
Lakers got
Like
blown out.
everyone is
I
picking
think
a
sleeping.
team
I think
besides the
sleeping's
Thunder.
I think the sleeping's a different, wrong word to you. I don't think anyone's, I think everyone knows that they can do it, but it's also like proof.
If you're picking
and I
someone-
also am not still not.
If
picking
you're
them,
picking
no.
someone else, you're sleeping on them.
I don't think that's sleeping on
It
it.
100% is.
No,
I'm
it's
sleeping
not.
on them.
I'm also just.
Picking another team in the West.
Marty,
is-
you not just another
is-
team. I
it's
think,
just-
I think people pick multiple teams ahead of the Thunder.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Every person I listen to, it's the Lakers, it's the Warriors, it's the Clippers. I'm telling you, the Thunder. I think there's a very good chance the Thunder waltz through this thing. At
don't-
least,
I don't
at least
think
in the
you're
West.
wrong. No, that's
I'm not saying
crazy.
finals. I'm saying
Waltz
the
is
West.
crazy.
Would you
West.
take
Waltz.
I think they.
Waltz is fucking.
If any
insane.
team can do it, it's them.
I think
Dude,
I have a
Waltz
hot
though,
take.
Waltz
I
is
got a hot take.
like what the Celtics are gonna do.
They get through the West without seeing a Game
I
7.
think
What's the furthest the
That's not waltzing.
What's the furthest the Thunder?
If you go to a game 6, it's not waltzing. You go to every series game 6, it's not waltzing.
What's the furthest the Thunder have been?
If you go to
far.
if your second round is game 6,
They make
and
last year.
championship is game 6,
round?
that's not waltzing.
You never got forced, really.
I think 5 is like that's a breeze.
What's the furthest the Thunder have made with this core?
Second round.
Second
right?
round last year.
Second round. That's it, right? All right.
This core is basically
Brand
last
new.
year.
Yeah. Makes
And,
sense.
and even
Yeah, I got
they
it.
added Hartenstein this year, so I'd say
Yeah.
he's now
No,
a
different
part of the
team.
core.
No, I agree. I
here's
was kind of harping on the non-playoff success.
Well, that's the argument.
But you're right.
They just
That-
started.
I know that doesn't change until it changes.
You have to. But Bosco's right though. They also lost to the Mavs last year,
yeah.
was not even close in talent.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Sure.
That changes until it. Like, that's a storyline until it's not a storyline.
No, it's a storyline
Danny-
this year if they lose the next round.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Danny Hurley hadn't been to the Sweet 16. He won back-to-back titles. Things
Oh, I
changed
know, but
that
I'm
quick.
saying if
That's how
they
it goes.
lose to
Todd Golden never won a.
Golden never won a title. Yeah,
Who would be their second round?
Game.
Golden never won a tournament game. That's a good point.
Who would be their second round?
Clippers,
Nuggets.
Mavs.
Not easy.
Clippers, Nuggets.
Clippers Nuggets.
Brutal second round.
No, it's not easy.
We'll see. And I like the Clippers a lot.
We also did
I
talk
do agree with
about
what Ev
I was
said,
talking
by
about
the
the
way.
Nuggets might beat them. The Nuggets
might.
are great.
OKC's roster is going to get expensive really soon. Like they do have
sure.
to capitalize
And they
on it,
actually
like,
have to
now.
spend the money this time. Not like
Absolutely.
with
They also got
the horrible job they did with the Durant and Harden thing and Westbrook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's embarrassing.
Ev, I do agree.
Yeah,
with
but
you,
were
though.
they able to keep all three
Those-
of those
those
guys?
aren't
Could have they would have spent the money? They only got cheap.
Those weren't the Harden. They got nothing for Harden.
That's
Kevin
bad.
Martin,
yeah.
Jeremy
It's like
Lamb.
none of this core is like from those trades.
No, I know. Oh yeah.
You know, me and Clemmer
Yeah.
like none of like that was not built through those trades. That's
Right.
an illusion.
They did a second wave.
They got
of trades.
Kevin Martin for James Harden. Like they got nothing for like.
Oh no, they fucked it up.
But I'm saying you're like these picks are more from like other really from the Clippers.
Paul
the Clippers
George.
trade. That's where they really built
Yes.
the team.
I remember thinking Kevin Martin was going to be okay.
I thought
Well,
Jeremy
he
Lamb
wasn't an
would be
okay
good.
player, but just for Harden.
I think I was in.
No,
that.
crazy. It's terrible.
Yeah, that take.
Oh, I sent Todd Zeal a DM. Hi, Todd. I am a co-host of Pick Central on Barstool, and we'd love to have you in studio to talk about your career in the Mets. You recently had dinner with my producer, Phil, and he had great things to say about you, and we think you'd be a terrific guest. We tape Monday through Friday at noon. Please let me know if you'd be able to come in. Thank you, Chris.
No chance he fucking.
Great message. Good message.
Zero.
I forgot
he-
that dinner the
message.
minute.
He has 2,400 followers, and he now he just added one because I just got one.
Do you guys think the
In a
Warriors?
month, you're gonna be like, "Why the fuck am I following Todd Zeal?"
2 questions.
No, Clemmer will get like fucking excited. Like, oh my god, I forgot I followed him.
Oh, Todd Zeal.
2 big questions. Do you think the Warriors Rockets is going to be a war of a series?
No,
know-
I don't.
I think 7 games.
I
7,
don't.
you think?
I think it goes 7.
I don't
The-
at all.
This just reminds me so much of the Kings series 2 years ago. Like,
Think about the Warriors at home. They just did all that one, right? I don't see the Warriors losing at home. I really don't.
you know,
Honestly, that series, it surprised me. I thought it was going to be closer. After the first quarter, I was like, oh, this is going to be a dogfight. Like, I love this. Lower scoring. I mean, the way the Warriors defended, like I said, I think the Rockets have no choice but to go big.
I think
I think
Sengun.
small is like their regular lineup is not going to work.
Sengun's a problem because they're one of their best options on offense, but defense he truly is a liability.
No, he can't defend.
and it's
a
like,
problem.
and then Steph seems like he kind of do what he wants. Jimmy Butler's a problem for them.
big
He's a
problem.
matchup problem for him. Like I think Steven Adams is the also a good spot for the Rockets to have him.
When they put him in, they played really well.
They did.
like made it
when
closer.
he took him out 6 minutes left. It was easy for the. I just think that the Warriors have so many more guys that just go and get a bucket for them. Where you want Fred VanVleet to be your guy to close out the game.
He won't play that bad again, though.
Well, no,
could.
honestly, it's more Jalen Van Vliet.
does stay.
Van Vliet, I trust more. Like he's a guy like he's played on a championship team, was a big part of that Raptors team. Like he's a guy I actually like trust in a tight game situation in general. But you said like I mean when you have Jimmy Butler, obviously Steph.
They have 2 guys that
Like
you said so
Draymond.
many other guys. They have 2 guys that score for them against that Rockets
They
team.
have
Nobody
0,
else did.
and the Rockets have 0. And Draymond is a good defender, can lock somebody up.
If I said they have 0, I mean,
If compared to them, compared to those two, it's 0.
if you need a last-minute bucket, you're absolutely right. I mean, the Warriors, if you need a last-minute bucket, the Warriors have it on just about everybody. That's true. But in the actual game flow, I think there's a lot of things the Rockets can do, especially inside the paint, that the Warriors struggle with.
really don't. Like
They have to go big. They have no choice.
but they go big, then that's where Jimmy Butler and also
Can start drawing fouls.
can start really like getting in there. Like I don't know. I think
they have no choice.
I think it's a
alternative
matchup nightmare for the Rockets.
They
And
honestly-
also the inexperience is something.
They match up worse than I thought. Like
Yes.
seeing it,
What-
I actually
yes.
because when I saw the price of the series, like obviously we had the Warriors thing on the show, whatever. When I saw the price, I was surprised. Like I thought the Warriors
too.
wouldn't be as big of favorites.
Me too.
Because I actually thought the Rockets were starting to get almost disrespected. Well, like, I mean, they were the 2 seed. They played well all year, but seeing it like with my own eyes, I was like, oh, I just don't know about this. And I don't think Van Vliet and Jalen Green will play as badly as they did last night. But I also think the Warriors will continue to defend at that level. And like you said, you trust Curry, you
Yeah.
trust Jimmy Butler. I could see this being one of those series where it's like really competitive each game, but it's like a short series.
Also, outside of LeBron James, we've never seen a 37-year-old in NBA history do what Steph Curry's
He's
doing.
special, man.
We talked about it in the chat yesterday. You got what we said. Kareem has to be in the argument, right? But
Yeah.
but to me, and I watched Jordan with the Wizards. Curry is twice the player Jordan was with the Wizards. Like
He's so good.
Curry is now Curry's a year younger. I
Because
get all
also-
that, but like
no, but it's not even that. It's just because the style of the game. Like Michael Jordan needed to beat people up when he plays. Like
Michael Jordan did a lot of stuff Curry doesn't do, like defensively.
when you can shoot threes like he does, you can stay on the perimeter a lot. Like that's why he's gonna have a longer career because
Also, his finishing package is incredible.
he's really good around the
He
rid.
doesn't get enough credit around the rim. Like,
very
he
good
doesn't
around the
miss.
rim.
even these other guys like Reggie Miller didn't play this well until like we talk about scorers can just play forever. Like there is kind of a expiration date. Yeah, historically.
It would have been interesting to watch. Even Ray Allen, I feel like, kind of wrapped up before.
yeah.
A massive explosion of threes now that we see. You know what I mean? Like
he did.
I'm Ray Allen in this.
it
era.
would have been interesting to see Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, where it's like you get to shoot 15 to 20 threes a game, and that's encouraged.
By the time Ray Allen was Curry's age, he wasn't even starting anymore.
Yeah.
Ray Allen's the most threes he ever attempted in a game, like first season, 8.4 3-point attempts per game. That was his
Jesus.
prime in Seattle.
Yeah, he'd take like 12 now at least.
Oh yeah.
Minimum. And the other question is, how worried are you about the Celtics' health? I guess Clemmer and Dukes. Jalen Brown's knee, Porzingis. Is there
Wrist
anything?
on
I
tape.
talked to a couple of my buddies. They were like, the only thing is, I basically said like, what's your worry level? To a bunch of Celtics fans. I was like, I'm not even going to bother in the East. The only thing he said was Donovan Mitchell is a Celtics killer. So if that goes like 7, he could that's a little bit of a worry, but the health was the other thing they said.
know what helps?
Celtics health really was what they said.
You know what helps a lot is the schedule. So like, okay, all this time off between games. If the Celtics can take care of business, say in 4 or 5, then you have like another whole week off. Tatum's wrist, all right, that's concerning, but like, is it bad enough where like 3 weeks from now it's gonna be a problem? I don't think so. Like another week off, 2 weeks off would help Brown's knee. So I think the playoff schedule will help a lot.
Am I crazy to think, didn't the NBA at one point way back, like, didn't they do back-to-backs in the playoff series? Because now that just doesn't exist.
Never.
I don't recall them ever doing back-to-back.
It's definitely just
playoff
TV
series.
stuff.
Even in the earlier rounds, they didn't do a back-to-back
Not
potentially?
that I personally can recall.
don't-
You're probably right, but at least it was
I remember it taking this long though.
it was at least one day in between. Now
You know
it's
the
like
Knicks don't play till Saturday after today.
Right.
no,
They do. Well, they do.
No,
like
Thursday.
that.
They
no
play
Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Oh no,
You know, but
Yeah.
sometimes that happens.
even that's crazy. Yeah, it's
Well,
Even the Warriors didn't play for a while after their playing game. Like they were at some time
yeah,
off.
it's nuts. It's nuts.
Well, think about like the Bucks Pacers. Like they played 2 days ago. Like they don't play till tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot the Bucks Pacers even played.
That was such a
That
blowout.
was a bad game.
yeah, they
That
get
was an
lost,
awful
especially
game.
the series that shifts to, like during the week, the one that goes.
Giannis. That's why you forget because
No, the Bucks.
Yeah.
I could.
he's gonna
Is
get
Lillard
sick.
gonna play?
They said game 2 or
2 or
game 3.
I could see Giannis wanting out. I don't think that's a crazy thing at all.
If they lose in the first round 3 years in a row,
You know, but it's
he's gonna be
hard when
sick of it.
it's hard
Sick of
when
it.
like Lillard's not playing. Like it's hard.
But what's
when
the
you-
future? If
Lillard's
you're Giannis,
old,
like
dude.
what is the,
Lillard
what
is
is the next
old.
5 years from
No,
you?
I know.
They're not
and
getting
that's
better.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think they have a chance to get better. Though
All-
I think
all
they
I'm
could-
saying
I think they have
is-
room. I think they have room.
All I'm saying is
with
that
money.
if he wanted out,
Room with money.
I think they have money to spend.
I had a room with money.
I think they have money to spend.
The Bucks do.
I believe so.
Like cap room.
Because he's gone.
He's gone.
Kuzma's been whatever.
Kuzma's nothing. It's just whatever. Like I think Lillard is
old.
so they can like get out of that soon. Like I think that they have a good chance to re-up with Giannis, but I could be wrong.
I'm just saying, if you're Giannis, you look at the landscape. You say, what's a more of a path to win a title? Me just hoping the Bucks are going to build around this, or I can go go to the Knicks, and the core's already there. It's like it's the structure is all
If I'm
there
Giannis-
for you to plop into and just be like a star on a great team in the East too, in the lesser conference. Like it all makes
you're
sense.
Giannis, you're absolutely right. The problem is the Bucks aren't gonna do that because if I'm the Bucks, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
No, but he would have to demand it. Is my point. They
The
would
Knicks specifically.
they would obviously know. I'm saying he would have to demand it, and I think basically say like, this is going to be one of the only places I'm going to even like consider.
And I'd be like, fuck you, then you're playing in Milwaukee, then, buddy.
But they don't. You don't have that leverage. Like he has more. The game's changed. He has all. If he wants out, you basically have to trade him.
I don't know. If you're only gonna dictate one team, I'm like, all right, then no.
Then
it's a Jimmy Butler situation.
Hold on.
Standoff.
No. He can't 100% dictate one team, but I think he can say like a handful of teams. Because like Lillard, for example, Lillard dictated he didn't get it.
Right.
But so I'm not saying he can just dictate 100% get the Knicks, but I think he could dictate like Clemers or like Meek said, like the Thunder, like a couple. He could say like a couple teams that maybe have assets to make it work and have like good core
And are competitive now.
He would want to go play for that could compete. I think the Knicks would be on like a short list. Is all I'm saying.
Probably right.
All I'm saying. It's my fan fiction, but I think there's a path. Is what I just truly believe there's a path.
I texted the guy I always text and said, give me a Stanley Cup flyer. Ryan Whitney gave me the Vegas Knights.
Well,
the Vegas
going
Knights.
against us.
And the one. Why? What do you guys have?
Ian Clemmer on the show Friday.
Yes.
We have taken the Colorado Avalanche from my guy, Nicky Mush.
Oh, what's his success
Nicky
rate?
Bush pick.
His is pretty good.
Hockey guy.
His is pretty good.
Whitney gave me the Stars one year. I think I got to the fucking final.
I think you're right. I remember that.
Yeah.
You know what? It's
I think I was
class
in the
by
cup
him.
with him.
Nicky Mush is he works for the Devils. Didn't say anything about them. He said don't take them. They obviously got blown out. But
I think he gave me the Stars and the Rangers the same year, and they both got to the
I
conference
think
finals.
we would. I think
That's what it was. Yeah, Whitney's
I was on
been.
with-
Whitney's. I'll ride with Whitney.
Vegas
I think
won.
we would match
Yeah,
up.
Vegas won the other day. Like so,
I think we'd match up in the conference final.
conference final. Yeah, I think so.
Fun little NHL for the fellas.
Of course. Speaking of NHL, Game Time. NHL playoffs are here, and the only place to buy hard-to-get playoff tickets in Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NHL playoff tickets. Prices on the app automatically go down closer it gets to puck drop, so you can save up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets. Plus, on April 22nd, which is tomorrow, Earth Day, when you select a purchase, a super deal, Game Time will plant a tree with the proceeds. I was looking at Devils tickets, Game 3. They're at home Game 3. Amazing deal for $138 down by the glass. You can also sit up by Frank if you want to enjoy getting screamed at in the year. But if you want to avoid that, down by the glass, $138 for a playoff game. Great deal. Prudential Center, easy to get to. Awesome deal via Game Time. What are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those Devil tickets now. Take the guesswork out of buying NHL playoff tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time.
I went to the game Saturday, the Mets game. I used Game Time.
My dad, my brother, and my sister went yesterday for Easter Sunday.
3-0 this weekend for me at Mets games. 3-0. I went Friday, Saturday,
Great
Sunday.
baseball
won,
team
won.
we got.
Yeah, I wish I could pull up my record of sporting events of all time.
I'm starting.
Wish I kept track of
I'm
that.
doing that right now. I'm doing a spreadsheet of it, and I'm even doing the player stats. So when I'm at the game, what these guys do, it's gonna take me like a year to complete.
I love that.
Hard to guess. I feel like with lifetime, mine's definitely below 500.
Really?
I think so. If I'm really
Yankees though.
I've been to a few Yankees losses. I remember the one year I stopped. I went like 0-4 and I just stopped going.
Rhea's 5-0 at Duke games.
Oh, wow.
It's impressive.
6-0 this year at Mets games.
That is
6-0.
impressive. Yeah. Two
The Mets.
last quick headlines before picks. To no one's surprise, although there was this narrative, like, oh, he might come back. He might flag declares for the draft. There was no way he was
It'd
having.
be malpractice for him not
It
to.
was
He
insane.
could always take it back.
He could.
Yeah.
He could take it back
As until a certain day, he could take it back.
because if he sees the Wizards be the #1 pick,
Right, you can do it after the lottery, which is
going-
kind of
he's
wild.
You can do it after the lottery.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's going
Wow.
to the draft.
He's definitely going to the draft.
Of course he is.
You're gonna wait, and then next year it's just gonna be another.
it's the same
sticky-ass
team.
I know. No,
it would be funny though if he did.
we're all right, but it is funny that it's at least on the table. It's funny.
That's
It would be
interesting.
funny if he came back and then just went to a different school.
And then there's a story. There's a story out there. Ev sent it in the chat. Actually, let me just read the exact tweet. if that makes
Oh,
sense.
the one I sent this morning.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a story. I just.
Well, no, it spawns off of like that
was
you
just,
like
that was
them.
just like my personal, like for me.
Yeah.
Just me.
All right, so Art Stapleton. I'm not sure how many of you have been watching Hey Rookie. Welcome to the NFL the last 2 weeks. But Will Howard told a wild story about the combine. He went out into the street in Indy to go throw some balls. Can't really do that in the halls of the convention center, and ended up crossing paths with a stogie-smoking guy who turned out to be the head coach in the NFL out for a stroll. Yep, Brian Dable.
Oh, God.
So this is Ev's like, I like Will Howard. Listen, Will Howard was great to me at K-State too. Will Howard was fucking great to me.
Worse for us. Brian Dable, clueless, probably 3 a.m, smoking a stogie by himself.
I think Will Howard's do I think he's an NFL superstar? I don't
Nothing wrong
know.
with that. Nice relaxing night.
No, he's probably stressed from doing fucking nothing this last year.
Do I think he's an NFL superstar? I don't know.
He's the most
but-
disappointing that I've been in as a coach because I was so excited for him to be our coach, and I had so much high expectations, and I think he's.
I put a lot more blame on Shane than Dable. I actually think Dable
still
can be a
think
good
he's
coach.
dog shit.
I actually think Dable can be a good coach. I want to see him with a quarterback with a pulse.
He also got too skinny.
That might be true, but I like.
Yeah, fat head coaches.
I don't hate Dable as much as I hate Shane.
But yeah, that's Ev's. I don't know if Will Howard's a superstar. I think he's a winner.
I don't
loved
listen.
him
I'm
at
not going to sit here
K-State.
by any means.
He won a national title at Ohio State. Like, yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and say he's a superstar. I think in the middle rounds, I think it's worth a shot.
I think he's a winner.
a guy.
But again, like, it's weird though. A guy like this, he may never truly get a shot in the NFL.
Depends what team he goes to.
No, like
So
it's
if we're taking take my hat off, whatever, just like as like a guy, I think just the way he is as like a player and kind of how he is as a person, I would be surprised if he didn't last a decent amount of time, at least as a backup. Because I think he's like a smart
right. But what
guy.
I'm saying as
Smart,
but as a
vibe
backup,
guy,
will
like-
he ever truly get the shot to prove if he's a starter?
I mean, who knows?
Depends if the guy gets hurt or not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like, it's a convert. Like I mean,
Right.
it depends where he goes. And
I mean, we've seen all-time winners never really get a shot. Kellen Moore, I still think will be a star quarterback in the NFL.
he got to
He was
play a little bit.
He was not good.
unbleunbelievable at Boise. He was
Yeah,
an
no, he
all-time
was
winner.
one of my favorite
All-time
quarterbacks, but he was horrible in the
Didn't win a
NFL.
championship.
I mean,
I gotta think
nothing-
if he was really good, he would have got a shot.
That's why he's a coach at 37 years old.
Much better coach than player. It's a fact.
All right.
There was nothing
Coach,
better
nothing
than
Nothing wrong with that.
there was nothing
Phenomenal, actually.
nothing-
More longevity in coaching.
nothing better than
started-
betting Boise first half against Wyoming, and it's 21-0 in the first quarter, and you're
Yeah.
like, here we go, like it's just and they're running just shit. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, those two kind of rounded it out.
Will Howard to the Giants, it'd be an insta-cop on the Giants.
When would he go?
People love
Third
him.
round.
Third, fourth
Jackson
round.
Dart's been
You wouldn't
getting
take him
a
at
lot of
34?
Giant talk.
No, not 34.
I wouldn't take him.
There's no quarterback I would want 34.
Well, there's a lot of talk about Jackson Dart.
I know, but I don't.
Going earlier than
I'm not a dark guy.
Would you take Shador at 34 if he falls?
Yes.
That's not-
Yes, but it's not.
So there are quarterbacks you want at 34.
Sure.
For the record.
That will
Sure.
Put it on the record.
it won't be there by.
Would you take Cam Ward at 34?
I think the Jets are going to have Shador.
Yeah. I don't like Cam Ward either.
This is like a Meek Bosco bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Would you like
I'll
LeBron
take,
James?
I'll take Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders at 34. Other
I
than
just
that,
want it. I want it on the record. He said there were no quarterbacks he would take at
and
34.
they might take Dart at 34,
Okay.
and I'll get behind it, even though I wouldn't want to, but I would get
Yes,
behind
you
it.
will get behind because we're going to be Dart boys.
I'm not a Dart guy. I like Dart as a human more
The
than I like
Dart
him as a
boys.
quarterback.
I mean,
Some great TikTok edits on Dart.
whatever quarterback the Giants take in this draft class, I will give them my full support.
Oh yeah,
a
for
lot.
1 week.
Yeah.
No.
So you hate them.
You'll see one interception.
fire.
In
Well, no, I
preseason.
hated Daniel Jones on draft day. These guys will get my full support
Maybe
for at
we
least
can
2,
go
3
one
years.
show.
Oh, that is you're a
One
liar.
show. One show we
Bullshit.
could go without
Bullshit.
Daniel Jones.
We're talking about the Giants drafting a fucking quarterback. How am I not going to bring up the guy who took 6th overall?
It has
Say
nothing to
2
do
to
with
3
us.
years he would support him. That's a lie.
That's the biggest lie
You are a
about.
liar.
The only thing is this would be mid-round guys, so less pressure. Like if they don't work out, it's not as big of a deal.
Oh,
You'll
even
hate
if
them
it-
faster because they're not as good.
Oh, if they take,
But you wouldn't know they're bad as fast.
if we take
But
Shador
you
at
know
3,
he's not
I'll be
rational.
fine.
You would be like you would give him
But
time.
I'm saying, for example, say we did draft Jackson Dart with 34 overall.
right.
There's a good chance he just wouldn't play this year. There's nothing to be mad at.
What about like that preseason game is on TV and then he starts?
No,
hitting?
I don't care.
I
Preseason's
don't
fake.
think Meek would freak out over a
All right.
preseason game from a rookie. I don't think he would, unless he just was like
Pre-
threw like 6 pick sixes. in a row.
Meek hates the Giants so
There is
much.
nothing I care less about than preseason, like in any sport.
You hate the Giants though.
Yeah, I'm completely out on preseason. Everything. We say it all the time. Like the NFL, like NFL's back. We got a game tonight. That preseason game. Like,
Some people say I
Opt
don't.
out. Yeah, opt out.
I'm watching August baseball.
Yeah,
Meek
opt out.
loves the Mets. Meek loves the Knicks. Meek hates the Giants.
I've seen them win
That's
twice.
true.
He
Like,
does hate the Giants.
So they brought him the most happiness, and he hates them the most.
Crazy.
well, Daniel Jones killed my love for the Giants. I'm sorry.
Crazy. Picks tonight. I got Jalen Brunson assists 8+ plus 145.
You're gonna be in the building.
I'll be in the building, so we're rooting
With
for him.
Ev, with
Dish it
me.
out. Dishing it out. Clemmer, what do you got?
My pick of the day, which hasn't been that great lately.
No, to be truthful, really bad.
I've been horrible. 2-pick parlay today. Over 3.5 runs for the Mets. Under 5.5 runs for the Blue Jays. That works out to plus 122. I'm on the Astros money line, Mets money line, and then we all have a pick. Marty, Ev, and I. It's on the Pick Central. Sorry, adding the DraftKings app right now. Excuse me. 3-pick parlay. Raced at 3Ks. I took Tyler McGill. Marty, you took,
Hunter Brown.
and Ev, you took.
Randy Vasquez.
If you do all that together, it works out to plus 555. I just took it.
Love that.
Love
Hey,
it.
Clemmer, what's Tyler McGill's ERA sitting at right now?
Oh, it's so low.
Do you guys try to always take
1.40.
visitors with that?
1.40.
At home.
That's like my weight.
I went visitors this time, I believe, but
Oh, yeah, home. I reversed it. I
Try and go
apologize.
home.
And Senga, I know Marty said, "Oh, the Mets pitching staffs are very bad, and we don't have an ace." I'd say Senga's pitching like an ace. I mean, I know you guys have.
Gotta stay healthy.
The Marlins are really good. Play 6 times. The Cardinals are really good. The Astros are good. The Blue Jays are
I'm saying
good.
Senga's pitched well.
And you played. You
Senga's-
pitched well so far, but
Senga's-
Kodai
well.
Senga has a career ERA of 2.73. I think that's pretty good.
You got to win the
Career ERA,
games.
Marty.
Listen, you got to beat the bad teams.
Marty's.
Hope he's done.
Oh, see you later. We
See ya.
scared the Senga talk scared him away.
Senga.
All right, see you later, Marty.
If anybody else did that, he'd fucking flip.
Lose his mind.
Ev, what do you have?
I'm on the. Obviously, I'm going to be in the building. Responsible hammer on the Knicks. That's a system play. I'm in the building. First Knicks playoff game ever. Incredibly excited. Haven't been many of these in our lifetime. Yeah, very pumped.
I was
also
doing
love
the math.
covers.
Dude, I think the last Knicks playoff game I went to was my communion with Reggie Miller.
So let's get it back to
8 points in,
Let's get it
16
back.
seconds or whatever it was.
You have another
I really
historic
do.
moment against the Knicks tonight.
Oh, I would shoot basketball.
I am rooting for the Knicks because I want you
But
guys.
that's not
to,
my fault. Like,
It kind of
joking.
is. If it happens
If-
twice,
if
it's
we
your
have-
fault.
if there's
twice.
another historic one and you've been in the building for 2, the blood's in your hands.
Like we blame Clemmer for Aaron Rodgers turning his Achilles.
Even Clemmer, who doesn't believe in that stuff, even he's shaking his head.
yeah.
Knicks about a tough time. I gotta say, didn't Marty shit on you for texting, and then he's taking a call? That's worse. What Marty did. No,
It's hypocritical.
It is a busy week for him. I'll give him the benefit.
that's true. That's you know what that is?
Incredibly
That's
busy.
understanding Bosco.
Bosco.
Let's go, Bosco.
Humanitarian Bosco.
Go. I like that.
I will-
Clemmer's money line.
Oh, what do you got? Round this out.
I will be in the building. I'm not going to bet on a game. I'm just going to be there in my heart because I'm going to care so much about it. I am taking a home run prop. Brandon Nimmo, home run. On his best day, he's a child of God. On his worst day, he's a child of God.
Best
So-
day, child of God.
Amen.
Can I throw something out there that was in a gambling chat that I'm in? What is Castellanos to hit home run
Plus
today?
500. I think the odds have shifted. Like they keep going
It
down.
went from like 700 something to like 400.
He's the
something
most bet
after
on
the
player to
pump.
hit a home run today per DraftKings.
Pope died. He's due for a home run. It makes sense, but we'll see.
I would not throw him a strike.
Yeah. All right. Come check us out at Mustang Harry's tonight.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Let's go Knicks.
Right before the game, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Let's go. Let's go Knicks.